I'm John Kilpatrick with Oklahoma Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. Peripheral vision is very important in martial arts. And it's good to develop being aware of everything in front of you visually. And in Aikido, this is called soft eyes. And the name is a little misleading to me because it kind of implies a soft focus where things are a little blurry. But that's not what it is at all. If you study something like Bates visual training or something, they will tell you that good vision is being able to focus on one spot and then see a spot very close to it that you don't see quite as well as a central spot. And so the implication of this is that if you have good vision, you're aware of your periphery, your center focus is extremely sharp, and as you go out in the periphery, the focus is not as sharp, but you are aware of it. And the opposite of this is tunnel vision. And when you're being attacked, it's common to have tunnel vision. Somebody points a gun at you or holds a knife on you or something. All you see is the knife or the gun and you don't see anything else. And you know, that's kind of natural. That's the threat. That's what you're interested in. But that can be very deadly in military and in martial arts and everything. People talk a lot about not having tunnel vision, and yet most of us have tunnel vision all the time. We're very rare, you know, we focus on whatever we're looking at and we're not really aware of what's around us. And to be safe, you need to have your peripheral vision where you're aware of it. And this is so important because in martial arts you want to detect movement. And you don't really care so much about the details of how the person attacking you looks. What you care about is how they're moving, because that's what's dangerous to you. And another thing about peripheral vision, when things are on the edge of your vision, a lot of times you're not really consciously aware of them, and yet your body knows what's there. So an example of this would be you're in your yard and a cat or a squirrel or something moves off to the side. Without being conscious of it, you turn and look at it. And turning and looking at it is your body is aware of something moving there, and probably without you turning, if somebody asks you, well, what moved over there? Your body would know that it was a squirrel or a cat or whatever, actually a bird, whatever moved. So beyond just those senses, being aware of not having tunnel vision, you're also aware of what you're hearing, what you're smelling, how your body feels, how your hands, feet feel, particularly hands and feet. And all of this is soft eyes. All of this is included in soft eyes. And an exercise that we use that's very important to develop soft eyes is dot gazing or dot staring. And I got this exercise from Starov, who is a Sistema teacher, and I'll put a link to his website in the text below. And Starov uses this exercise in a lot of his training. He has, in a lot of his videos, you'll see the dots on the wall that he has people training with. And the idea of the dot exercise is that you stand, I'd say about 2 arms length is about how I do it. I'm about 2 arms length from the dot. I have it on the wall at eye level. And you want to look at the dot and relax your vision so that the dot starts moving around. And so this is what the exercise is. I usually do this exercise for about 20 minutes at a time. And sometimes I do it with my glasses on, and when I have my glasses on, if I have my glasses on, I use a little tiny dot. This is a big dot that I use when I have my glasses off. And so you just look at the dot and let it move. Now to do this, that's really what Starov tells you, and then you try to figure out how it goes from that. My experience, and some of the other people here who do this exercise, is that the way you do this is you look through the dot. You're looking at the dot, but you don't necessarily concern yourself with it. You're aware of everything in front of you, and you're looking through the dot. And when you do that, your eyes are adjusted the same way they would be adjusted if you were trying to look at auras. You're looking through the dot, you see the dot, the dark dot, and then you see kind of a luminous glow around the dot. And for people who have both eyes work so that you have binocular vision, then a lot of times the dot becomes a tunnel that comes out of the paper or maybe goes into the paper, and the dot is the end of the tunnel, and the tunnel will move around. And so this is the exercise. And in addition to being a wonderful exercise to help you learn peripheral vision, this exercise helps you to really calm down, and you become very calm and very quiet. And this enables you, this is extremely useful in martial arts because your body is still, and then when you move you just explode, and you give no signals, no preliminary signals to your partner that you're about to do something. And for some of the exercises that we do, and I plan to make videos showing these exercises, but we do reaction time drill type exercises, and if you're able to really explode into the movements, then it's very helpful to train your partner because you don't give very many cues, and they have to get really sensitive to what's happening with you to be able to sense when you're moving. So we find this extremely valuable, not only for developing your ability to be aware and not have this tunnel vision that most people live in, but it teaches you to be extremely relaxed and extremely calm.